Good morning. It's Saturday morning, February 14th, 2026. Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I just want to make a very short video, and it'll be about index internals. I want to remind you that, well, first of all, the add-on is uploaded, but I'm going to be gone for the next 2 weekends at the University of Nebraska Medical Center in Omaha, so obviously there won't be any videos. As always, the market is your teacher. Any stock index or ETF mentioned in this presentation is not a recommendation to buy or sell. All trading strategies are used at your own risk. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a short video, but what I want to do is point out a couple of things that you may not be aware of. Now, I am in my major market indexes within the market analysis user groups, and I'm going to use the market cap weighted indexes. And I'll click through to the warehouse view, and the warehouse view is under top-down process views for HGS generated indexes. Just open it up and go to number 1, and that's what I have up here. The indexes that are in this folder are all showing here. Now, what this allows me to do, well, let me bring up a chart first here. Let's just start with the Russell 2000 on top. Now, this is a chart I'm using. It's in my HGS index charts, and it's chart number 5, the percentage above the 20, 30, 50, and 200-day moving averages. I've covered this many times, but I'm just going to show you how you can see a little more detail and how you can compare visually compare what's happening with the indexes. So on the Russell 2000, if you look down here, you can see that 49.27% are above the 20, 52 above the 30, 54 above the 50, and 61.9 above the 200-day moving average. Now, yes, they're going down, but I don't see a tremendous drop-off like the market's really selling off. Like back here, got high and then it went down. Here it dropped precipitously. Here it did the same thing, and here it's just kind of moving along slowly or sideways. I'm going to go to the S&P 500, and you can see the S&P 500 looks pretty strong here. Here's a low, and here's a higher low right here on the 20. Obviously, this index here is the first one to move since it's the shortest. It's a 20-day moving average, and it looks strong. The 50 looks strong. I'm sorry, this is a percent above the 30. This is above the 50. Above the 30, it's turned up a little bit. Above the 50 and above the 200. So looking at the markets this way, it still looks strong. Now let's combine the 600, 400, and the S&P 500 into one. And this really is the broader market. You can see these numbers here are very good. They're all up around 60%. I'm going to drop down to the NASDAQ composite. Now the NASDAQ composite looks weaker. I mean, it's still sideways here, but relative to the 50-day moving average, it looks a little weaker. And here, the percent above the 200-day, it's actually going down, and the same above the 50 is actually going down. These two also broke their moving averages, but you can see that 45, 47, 50, and 54.2. I'm going to take a look at the NASDAQ 100, and it is below its moving average here, but it's going sideways on the 200, the 50, the 30, and the 20. And the numbers are not bad. So it's just kind of a sideways market right now with all of these indexes. And let's do the Dow. It should be going, I'll do the semis first. And, they're choppy because this is a smaller index, of course. So you're going to get these major swings in here like this. But it doesn't look bad, especially when you look down here at this index, the market cap weighted index. And then finally, I'm going to look at the NASDAQ. Or did I look at the NASDAQ 100? Let's go to the Dow Jones. And there's only 30 stocks here, but, it's kind of going sideways. It was up very strong, got above 50,000, of course, but it's pulled back in the last few days. So just looking at this chart, the market looks pretty decent, actually. I'm going to quickly drop down, go back up to the S&P 1500 and drop down here to the number 6 view. And we can get the number of, let's see, we actually had a buy signal here, a weak buy signal. What's this, Friday, Thursday, Tuesday, on Monday, or actually it was a week ago on Friday. But this is today's data over here. Or Friday's data, I'm sorry. You can see the advancing volume divided by the declining volume was 1.92, or nearly 2 to 1, and the advancing issues are 1093 to 390. This doesn't look like a market that's breaking down yet. It's been a really volatile market, but it doesn't look like it's breaking down yet. Now, I'm not going to go through the other indexes on here because this gives us a broad picture, but what I am going to do is go back up to chart number 5. I'm going to make it small, and now I'm going to go to this top-down percentage price change 1-day view, 0-1. Remember, this is right here in my top-down process views, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the right here. And then you can quickly see the advancing versus declining issues, the actual numbers within the index, and the percent advancing on all of these is positive as of Friday. Now, Thursday would have been a different story, of course. But I'm going to move on over here. Just keep going. The indexes are here in a different column. But now you can see the percentage above the 20, 30, 50, and 200 on all of these indexes, and you can compare them side by side. Now, of course, these are updated daily at the end of the day, and if you do an intraday update, you can build these indexes and see how much strength there is. So using the percent above the 20, I'm going to sort on that, and the SOX semiconductor for 1 day only, remember this is 1 day, is the strongest group above the 20, followed by the S&P 400 mid caps, followed by the S&P 500, followed by the S&P 1500, and so on. The weakest of the indexes is the NASDAQ 100, and remember this is just a 1 day view in the NASDAQ composite. But anyway, it's just a nice way to be able to see everything that's here. Let's see what else is here. This gives you the volume. I put this together a long time ago. Percent volume down and up. Well, Okay, I don't think that's really relevant to this video. Okay, that's it. I told you it would be short. It's a 10-minute video. I just want to remind you that I'm again going to be available for a couple of weeks. Thanks for listening. Have a nice Valentine's Day.